Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here, and today we're coming here from Fortree City where the Flying type Tempests are hosting the Holon Heroes, and it is our fourth quarter trial before we head into our semi-trials next week. Whoever loses this match is out of the Victory Road series. Whoever wins will be moving on, so let us know in the comments below who you think will win. Will it be the Flying types? Will it be the Delta types? Let's send it down. The last time these two sides faced off was in round 11, and the Delta types only got 2 eliminations, as it is Ditto and Glaceon starting out for the Holon Heroes. It is Noivern and Honchkrow starting out for the Fortree Tempest, and immediately Ditto with that imposter ability is going to take on the form of Honchkrow and terrestrialize into a flying type Pokemon, because as always Ditto does terrestrialize into the opposing type side. I will try not to get confused with the two Honchkrows on the field, but we will be seeing if the Fortree Tempest can dominate this matchup yet again, as immediately a high jump kick on the Glaceon. Super effective hit there from Nova, and that is the start they want, as Honchkrow, the real Honchkrow, does not like seeing itself on the field, so goes with the baton pass. It will be going back to the bench, and out in its place will be coming Talonflame, as now Ditto is going to go with the Fire Pledge onto Nova. Not very effective on the part Dragon type there, as Glaceon does look to follow it up with the triple arrows. It would have been a much better hit on Honchkrow, but unfortunately it does strike Talonflame, so it's not very effective. Who does go for the Fury attack here, gets a critical hit on that first strike onto Ditto as well. This is that Ditto that is in Honchkrow's form, only striking 2 times as well, and Nova looks to follow it up with the Prismatic Laser, and Ditto is eliminated from this matchup with a huge connection there from Nova, and the first elimination of this best of 3 series between these two sides. And Glaceon does need to capitalize on that part ice type in, as it goes with the Alluring Voice. Super effective hit there on Nova, and in knockout range, and out comes Jolteon to join its fellow evolution, immediately going with the Toxic Thread onto Nova, and this is going to slow down this very speedy Pokemon, and it's also going to leave it with that poison status condition, and it is very close to being eliminated from this matchup. Will not have much time left in it, as the Poison Sting from Talonflame in response onto Jolteon, as Novan has to recharge as well after that Prismatic Laser. This allows Glaceon to go with the Accelerox, super effective onto Talonflame, massive damage, and here is Novan feeling the effects of that poisoning for the first and the only time. Novan is eliminated from this match. Now back out into the field will be Honchkrow, joining Talonflame and Jolteon immediately with the Poison Sting in response to Talonflame. Talonflame is able to shake that off though, goes with the Uproar onto Glaceon, gets the immediate response elimination, as Talonflame does begin to cause that Uproar as well, putting the Fortree Tempest back in front. Honchkrow follows it up with the Poison Gas, and this is going to leave Jolteon now with that Poison status condition. Poison galore in this matchup so far, as Jolteon does feel the effects of that for the first time. And Talonflame is continuing to cause that uproar, as now out comes Espeon for the Holon Heroes, and Jolteon still with the speed advantage over the flying types as well, does go with the Haze. So all stat changes have been eliminated. Unfortunately, it doesn't get rid of that status condition though, as the uproar continues from Talonflame onto Jolteon, and Espeon is going to respond with the Hammer Arm, bringing the hammer down onto Honchkrow, getting that critical hit as well, as Espeon does lower its speed in the process to do so. Honchkrow looking to respond, does go for the Smog, but Jolteon is able to zip out of the way of that move, avoiding that attack, but unfortunately it cannot avoid the poisoning. It is continuing to do damage to it, and Talonflame is continuing to cause that uproar, as Jolteon is going to go for the final gambit, focusing in on Honchkrow here. Honchkrow is able to hold on, and Jolteon has given itself up to do so. It is in knockout range, is Honchkrow now, but Talonflame continuing that uproar, going for Espeon, gets a good hit there, and Honchkrow now quicker than Espeon goes with the Shadow Force, so it's going to vanish from this field instantly, and Espeon needs to go for Talonflame here, goes with the Will-O-Wisp though, so it will not affect Talonflame because it's a part Fire type, and Talonflame has finally calmed down after causing that uproar, and now out comes Leafeon to join its fellow evolution. Talonflame with the Nightshade here onto Leafeon, always a consistent hit with that one, and Leafeon is going to respond with the Payback, a fantastic response, getting the elimination. Talonflame is taken out of this matchup, but Honchkrow, remember, has vanished from the field. It is going to finish off this Shadow Force, going for Espeon, and gets the immediate super effective elimination in response. The Fortree Tempests are currently in control. There's only 2 Holon Heroes left. There are still 4 Fortree Tempests, as the Honchkrow gets the attack boost due to its Moxie ability. And speaking of Moxie, out comes Salamence for the Fortree Tempest with the speed advantage as well, and it goes with the speed swap though onto Leafeon. So now Leafeon will be quicker than a Salamence. Vaporeon did come out to join Leafeon is the last Pokemon for the Holon Heroes, and now the Gunk Shot from Leafeon gets a great hit onto Salamence, who had a fantastic performance last time against the Holon Heroes. And here's the Earthquake from Honchkrow. It's not going to affect his fellow Flying type, but it will get a great hit there on Vaporeon. It's not very effective on Leafeon, as the Victory Dance from Vaporeon here. It must be feeling confident to do it here, even though they are not in control, boosting those physical stats as well as that speed. We will see if it can capitalize, as it is now the quickest on the field, going with the Wild Charge onto the Pseudo Legendary, and Salamence is in knockout range. There is some recoil damage for the Water type evolution. Leafeon could follow it up with an elimination, going with the Flower Trick. This is going to be a critical play, and Salamence holds on after that not very effective hit. It is hanging on by a thread, and it is going to respond with the Leaf Blade onto Leafeon. Not very effective. It definitely should have gone for the Water type evolution there. Honchkrow though with the Fissure, but Leafeon is able to avoid that move, and this allows Vaporeon to go for the Sweet Kiss here onto Honchkrow. A very sweet kiss that is going to leave Honchkrow confused, and if it does do damage to itself, it will surely take itself out of this matchup. And Leafeon can go for an easy elimination, but it goes for the final Gambit. It's going to take itself out of this matchup. That is not the time to do that here in game 1. It will get the elimination of Honchkrow, but Leafeon just took itself out, and Salamence can capitalize here, going with the Rock Smash onto Vaporeon. Not a great deal of damage, but it does lower Vaporeon's physical defense here, as now out comes Decidueye in its Hisuian form, and that is on this team because it is the Terrestrial draftee for the 4-Tree Tempest. This matchup here could actually be the last time we see it this season if the 4-Tree Tempest lose here today, but the Decidueye taking on that Flying type form wants to continue through the Victory Road series, as that Dream Eater from Vaporeon will not affect Decidueye, who is still awake, and this allows Salamence to go with the Fire Lash onto Vaporeon. Not very effective, putting it into knockout range though, and lowers its defense yet again. Decidueye could go for the 1-2 combination, and it goes with the Expanding Force, and just like that, the 4-Tree Tempest have taken game 1. Now this is not a start that the Delta types were looking to have, only getting 3 eliminations here. We don't even know who the 6th member was, but with a field reset, the Holon Heroes will take on their hidden abilities, and Braviary and Flamigo will be starting out for the 4-Tree Tempest in game 2. It is Umbreon and Sylveon starting out for the Holon Heroes, and immediately Flamigo is going to go with the Astonish onto the Dark type evolution. It's not very effective. Umbreon is able to tank that move, but Braviary looks to follow it up by setting up an early game Aqua Ring. This is very smart, surrounding itself in that Veil of Water. If it takes any damage, it will restore it, but the hold back now onto Flamigo from Umbreon. That is not a shiny Flamigo there, and the Magma Storm follow-up onto Flamigo as well. A fantastic hit from Sylveon, trapping Flamigo in that swirling magma as we see it doing more damage, and it actually puts Flamigo in the knockout range as well, and Flamigo is going to go with the Pollen Puff. This will be super effective onto Umbreon, gets a great hit. And here is Braviary looking to follow it up with the Water Pulse. Looks like they're more concerned with the Dark type evolution here, who is going to respond with the Spit Up, but it hasn't gone for a stockpile, so unfortunately that is going to fail. And now Sylveon is going to go with the Tachyon Cutter, the first time we've seen that this season, and it will connect both times. Obviously with Braviary it is not going to miss, but there is Braviary feeling the effects of that Aqua Ring that it set up earlier, having its health restored. And speaking of feeling the effects, Flamigo feeling the effects of that Magma Storm, and it is going to go with the Bug Buzz, continuing to go for Umbreon. Umbreon's able to hold on from that super effective hit. Braviary though is going to follow it up with the Last Respects onto Sylveon. Umbreon, who is still holding on, goes with the Torch Song. It will get a special attack boost here, gets a good hit onto Braviary, and there is that special attack boost. Now we get the Pain Split though from Sylveon, which actually benefits Flamigo, and Flamigo is going to stay in this match now, as Braviary does have its health restored from that Veil of Water, but there is that Magma Storm doing damage to Flamigo, which surely would have eliminated a huge mistake there from Sylveon on the big stage, as that Psychic Terrain is set up by Flamigo, which I don't know if Flamigo wants to be struck by a Psychic type move. I don't think Umbreon cares less about it though, as a Leaf Storm now from Braviary is going to eliminate Umbreon from this matchup. It is going to lower the special attack there of Braviary, who's much more of a physical attacker, so I do not think it minds. But now we have the T-Time being set up by Sylveon. This will allow everyone to chow down into those leopard berries that every Pokemon in the PokeType League does hold on to. And whilst that is happening, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, please leave a like, share, subscribe, help the PokeType League grow for many seasons to come, as we continue to see what is the best Pokemon type in the Poke world. And there is Braviary having its health restored yet again, and that Magma Storm continues to afflict Flamigo, almost getting it back into knockout range, but now out comes Flareon, the Fire-type evolution, and Flamigo immediately welcoming it to the field with that cut straight into Flareon, and Braviary follows it up with the Crush Grip, but goes for Sylveon. A great hit. Sylveon is able to hold on, and Flareon with the Crab Hammer will take Flamigo out of this match. That is what the Holon Heroes needed. They needed that elimination. Sylveon follows it up with the Tail Slap onto Braviary, this multi-hit move. It's got 2 hits. It's got 3 hits. It's put Braviary into knockout range, but it only gets the 3. So Braviary is going to be able to hold on, and you have to think that Aqua Ring has kept it in this matchup. As out comes Killer Watchel for the 4-Tree Tempest, and immediately with that speed advantage, going with the Meteor Mash to finish off Sylveon. Super effective hit. As well, the Fairy-type evolution has been taken out, and the 4-Tree Tempest immediately take back the lead as the Spatial Run follow-up from Braviary onto Flareon. Flareon tanks that move, though, having barely any damage done to it, and it does respond with the Endeavor, but unfortunately that will not affect Braviary here, as Braviary does not have enough health for it to affect it, and there is that Veil of Water continuing to restore the health of the normal flying type. As out comes Ditto for the Holon Heroes, and immediately taking on that form of Braviary here, and yet again we are going to see it Terrasillus into a flying type, just like we saw in the previous game when it transformed into Honchkrow here. See if Ditto can actually have more success in this matchup, though. It has had a pretty decent season for the Holon Heroes. Now, Killer Watcher with that false swap onto Flareon, who is not a shiny Flareon, but the Charge Beam follow-up from Braviary, continuing to chip away at the Fire-type evolution, and Ditto with that Dragon Tail is going to send Braviary back to the bench, but not in a restored state. It has eliminated it from this matchup, and it's followed up by the Prismatic Laser, and it is a one-hit wonder, and just like that, the Holon Heroes have completed the huge play and taken the lead, as out comes Honchkrow, and is joined by Iron Jugulis for the 4-Tree Tempest, and immediately Iron Jugulis with the Poison Sting onto Ditto, and Ditto has been left with that poison, the poisoning coming into play yet again here in 4-Tree City, as Braviary responds with the Clear Smoke onto Honchkrow. A little bit of chip damage there as all stat changes do get eliminated, and Honchkrow looking to respond goes with the Thunder Punch, and it'll be super effective, but Ditto hangs on by a thread as Flareon has to recharge, and even though it's held on, Ditto is eliminated because of the poisoning from the Poison Sting. Just like that, the 4-Tree Tempest have leveled the playing field as Ditto is taken out of this matchup. For the second time in this match, we see Braviary fall, unfortunately, as the sun comes back out over the field and the weirdness does disappear. That was the Psychic Terrain, and out comes Jolteon for the Holon Heroes, immediately going with the Lunar Blessing. It is going to, well, it would normally restore its own health, but it is at full strength. It does, however, restore the health of Flareon, as Iron Jugulis is going to go with the Worry Seed, and you have to wonder what will Jolteon need to be worrying about that's going to give it that Insomnia ability, causing it to lose that quick feat. Now Honchkrow with the lead, looking to lower the defenses here of both the Fire-type and Electric-type evolution, making them easier physical targets as Flareon looks to respond with the Smackdown. Laying that Smackdown is super effective on Honchkrow there, and does cause it to fall straight down to the ground, and Jolteon looking to capitalize will go with the Dragon Darts. First hitting Honchkrow, Honchkrow holds on, now going for Iron Jugulis, some good damage there, but Iron Jugulis is going to respond by setting up the Stealth Rock, so now any Pokemon that comes out, the last Pokemon that comes out for the Holon Heroes will have those pointed stones dig into it, as Honchkrow follows it up with the takedown. There will be recoil damage from this, but against the elimination, Flareon is taken out of this matchup by Honchkrow here. It needs to hold on from the recoil damage, but it will not have enough health left. Honchkrow is taken out. It's now a 2v2 matchup as out comes Talonflame to join Iron Jugulis. It will be Leafeon coming out for the Holon Heroes, immediately having those pointed stones dig into it, and Jolteon is immediately going to go for the Metal Burst, but unfortunately that does fail. This opens the door for Talonflame to try and capitalize. It goes with the Smoke Screen, lowering the accuracy of Leafeon, and if Leafeon can't hit any targets, it can't get any eliminations. Iron Jugulis follows it up now with the Cosmic Power, boosting that physical defense and that special defense. Looks like the 4-Tree Tempest are setting themselves up here as the No Retreat setup by Leafeon. It is not afraid of the flying types. It is going to go with the Omni Boost. It has no intention of running away from this matchup. It wants to move the Holon Heroes on through the Victory Road series. Now Leafeon, being the quickest on the field, is going to set up for a Solar Blade. This won't be very effective on the 4-Tree Tempest, as Leafeon does begin to absorb light and it is going to be followed up by the Aqua Jet. This will be super effective onto Talonflame from Jolteon, capitalizing on that part fire typing, but the Flame Body's been activated. Jolteon has been left with the burn. He's going to cut into that attack, remember, as the Memento from Talonflame. It feels like it can take itself out of this matchup. That is a massive risky play. It does lower the attack of Leafeon, who again is setting up that Solar Blade. It also lowers that special attack, but Talonflame's eliminated. Iron Jugulis is all by itself. It is going to go and cause an uproar, though. Gets a great hit there onto Leafeon as Iron Jugulis does begin to cause that uproar, and there is Jolteon feeling the effects of that burn for the first time in this matchup. Now Leafeon going with the Solar Blade. This will be resisted now by Iron Jugulis, and it doesn't do a great deal of damage. Jolteon, though, looking to follow it up, goes with the payback on Iron Jugulis and does even less damage than the Solar Blade as Iron Jugulis continuing to cause the uproar. Goes for Leafeon. Leafeon's in knockout range. Jolteon feeling the effects of the burn. The evolutions, though, have the numbers advantage. They need to capitalize on this. Leafeon is going to go with the Shadow Punch yet again. Iron Jugulis resisting another move. Jolteon needs to go for an electric type move. Instead, it goes for the superpower, though, trying to capitalize on that part dark typing, but it is going to lower those physical stats of the electric type evolution. And there is Iron Jugulis continuing the uproar and taking Leafeon out. Is now Jolteon versus Iron Jugulis. If the Fortree Tempest win this matchup, they will be moving on to the semi-trials. The Holon Heroes need to hold on. Jolteon needs to hang on. Iron Jugulis has calmed down. Jolteon has the speed advantage. It does go with the defog. It's not going on the offensive. Instead, it lowers the evasiveness of Iron Jugulis, trying to make it an easier target. The Pointed Stones, although irrelevant, had disappeared from the match. And the Bitter Blade now onto Jolteon, and Iron Jugulis gets a massive elimination, and it even restores its strength in the process. But that is it. The Holon Heroes have lost 2 games straight to the Fortree Tempest. The Fortree Tempest will be moving on to the semi-trials. That was a massive victory. They will be hosting the Lumiose Glitches next week. We know what our semi-trials will be. I cannot wait for those 2 matches. This is the end of the Holon Heroes season. They did very well in their debut season to get into the Victory Road series, but we will see them next season. But in the meantime, we will continue this here with the exhibition game between the remaining Pokemon. So we will get our game 3. And so in this exhibition matchup, it is Flareon and Sylveon going up against Salamence and Decidueye. We do now know that we will be seeing Decidueye next week. So its terrestrialization into the flying type, and as we see now, will continue this season. We'll see if it can continue in this exhibition game here. And Salamence now with that speed advantage, immediately going with the Grassy Glide on a Sylveon, gets a really good hit there, and Flareon looking to respond for its side, does go for the Trop Kick. This will be resisted by Salamence, not very effective, but it does have that physical attack. That's a base 135 lowered. Sylveon with the Smoke Screen, trying to make it so the accuracy of Decidueye is lowered, making it so it is harder to hit its targets, but it goes for the Morning Sun, trying to restore some strength, but it's already at full strength. And Salamence is going to go with the Icicle Spear. This multi-hit move will be resisted by Flareon. Those Icicle Spears practically melting by the time they get to the Fire-type evolution, as Flareon is going to respond now with the Fling. It is going to throw its Legendary towards the Pseudo-Legendary. These two going back and forth on the field, but Salamence is going to just chow down on that Legendary, enjoying the snack mid-match. And Sylveon with the Poison Gas now, a very clever early play to poison both the Decidueye and Salamence so that poisoning will slowly chip away at their health. And now Decidueye is looking to respond, going with the Flame Thrower, but it goes for Flareon, and it has that Flash Fire ability, so it will get its Fire-type moves boosted here as Salamence and Decidueye are going to feel the poisoning for the first time in this match. And remember, as I said, this is an exhibition game. It is all for pride here. The Fortree Tempest looking to make it 3-0 as the Struggle Bug will connect with both Sylveon and Flareon. It's not very effective on either of them, however, it does lower Flareon and Sylveon's special attacks. And now we get the Dig Band set up by Flareon, but it has to know it will not connect with its targets. They're both flying type Pokemon. The Volt Tackle here from Decidueye onto Sylveon. A fantastic hit. Puts Sylveon into knockout ranges. Decidueye does get the damage recoil, and Sylveon is going to respond with the Blast Burn, but Salamence is able to avoid that attack. However, it is unable to avoid that poison that is continuing to chip away at it, and we do know it will be able to avoid that dig from Flareon unless somebody goes for a Gravity in the meantime, which would be Salamence doing as it goes for the freeze dry instead with Sylveon, and Sylveon is eliminated from this matchup. The Fortree Tempest are continuing their leading ways in this series, and there is Salamence with that Moxie boost, so it does get the attack boost in the process. Flareon finishes off the dig, but as I said, it does not affect Salamence, and this opens the door for Decidueye to go for the Seed Bomb, but Flareon is able to avoid that attack. And it is unfortunate to see the Holon Heroes out of this series, but it is great for the Fortree Tempest. They have had a strong showing this season as they've continued that here into Victory Road, and Espeon now coming out onto the field does go for the slack off, and similar to Decidueye, it's at full strength, so it is not going to have any health restored, and this allows Salamence to go for the Calm Mind, and as that calming feeling does come over Salamence, it is going to get a special boost both in that special attack and special defense. Flareon is going to respond though by going for the Dark Void, but you feel that Nightmarish presence preventing Flareon from going for that move as the Frenzy Plant is attempted by Decidueye, but yet again Flareon is able to avoid that Grass type attack here as Decidueye is trying to capitalize on its regular part Grass typing. And it is the Hisuian Decidueye, remember, so it has also regularly got that part Fighting typing as the Blast Burn now does connect from Espeon onto Decidueye. Decidueye has been eliminated from this matchup, so as it does go back to the bench, it will not be coming back onto the field, but remember, we will see it in the semi-trials as the Flare Blitz in response onto Espeon. Espeon is able to hold on, but barely. Salamence gets some massive recoil damage from that, and now Flareon is going to go for the Guillotine, but Salamence is able to avoid that move. A surefire elimination, but Salamence is barely holding on from its poison. It's only got one turn left in it. Now it comes Flamigo, and it is going to go with the Co-Star ability that it has, so it will get that Moxie attack boost that Salamence got, as the Poison Gas now from Salamence is going to leave both Flareon and Espeon poisoned here, and normally with that Synchronize ability it would be activated for Espeon, but Salamence is already poisoned, so it's not going to work there. And Flamigo is going to go with the Healing Wish. What is it thinking? It's clearly had enough in this matchup and just wants to get on to the semi-trials. But still, they are playing for pride here. Clearly, Flamigo does not have much pride in this matchup as Flareon is going to begin to absorb light for that Solar Beam. And there is Espeon feeling the effects of that poison. It does hang on. However, Salamence will not be so fortunate. It is eliminated from this matchup. And with that, the Delta types actually have the 5-3 advantage. This is what they needed earlier on to be able to play to their strengths and chip away slowly at the Fortree Tempest. As out comes Noivern for the Tempest, and it is joined by Killer Wattrel here. And immediately Killer Wattrel is going to go for the Freeze Dry onto Flareon. Not very effective on the part Fire type, and Noivern looking to follow it up is going to go with the Encore, but I'm sure it doesn't want a not very effective moves to continue, and it does fail Espeon with the Screech. It is going to greatly lower that defense of Noivern here. And Flareon looking to capitalize goes with the Solar Beam, although this is a special type move and it is not very effective on Noivern whatsoever, so Noivern is going to be able to tank that move as Espeon is hurt by its poison, and with that it is eliminated from this matchup. Flareon is also going to feel the effects of its poison, and it has been in this third game since the very start. And it is now joined by Umbreon coming out onto the field, but Killer Wattrel is going to welcome it with the Morning Sun, but Killer Wattrel is at full strength. Noivern now going for the Kowtow Cleave onto Umbreon. Not very effective. Umbreon tanks that move, and it does look to respond with the Attract, but unfortunately it will not work on Noivern here, who is not interested at all. And Flareon though with the Power Gem onto Noivern, a super effective hit. Great connection on the part Dragon type as Flareon continuing to feel the effects of that poisoning. We are going to see Killer Wattrel try and go on the offensive here, but instead it goes with the Reflect type, so it is now a Fire type Pokemon. It doesn't have that Flying typing. It is no longer immune to ground type moves. It is in fact weak to them now as the Avalanche from Noivern. Very little damage being done to Umbreon there. And Flareon is going to go with the Body Slam here onto Noivern, and Noivern is taken out of this match. The Holon Heroes are definitely in control. Umbreon with the Spite is going to cut into the PP of Killer Wattrel here, reducing it by 4. And we are about to find out who the last Pokemon for the Fortree Tempest is, and it is Braviary coming out onto the field. It is the Unovian Braviary as the Rock Smash from Killer Wattrel. Super effective hit there onto Umbreon, and Braviary looking to follow it up is going to go for the Mud Shot. We still don't know who the last two Pokemon for the Holon Heroes are, as Umbreon's speed has been lowered with that Mud Shot. Flareon with the sweet kiss, but Kilowattrel is able to avoid that kiss from Flareon, quickly dashing away, and the Stealth Rocks are set up by Umbreon, but unfortunately there are no more Pokemon coming out for the Fortree Tempest, and that would have been fantastic to set up early in this game, as Flareon continuing to feel the effects of its poisoning. It's probably only got one turn left in it, and Kilowattrel is going to go for the Fusion Flare, but yet again that Flash Fire ability of Flareon coming into play. Braviary, though, with the Ivy Cudgel onto Umbreon. Umbreon is put into knockout range, and Flareon with the Aurora Veil, but unfortunately that is not going to work because it's not a Glaceon, it is not an Ice type, and it is not snowing as that False Swipe onto Braviary. Braviary is not a shiny Braviary, but that poisoning will take Flareon out of this matchup. The Fortree Tempest trying to work their way back into it, and here is Glaceon now coming out onto the field, and immediately it is met with the Charm from Kilowattrel, lowering that attack of Glaceon a great deal. Braviary is going to go for the Vacuum Wave onto Glaceon. Super effective hit, doesn't do as much damage as I would have expected, though. Glaceon looking to respond with the Grass Pledge, not very effective there on the part Flying type Braviary, who's always a Flying type being on the Fortree Tempest, but the Flower Trick, this critical hit onto Kilowattrel, not very effective there on the on the Soul Fire type Kilowattrel, since it changed typings, and it is going to go with the Flare Blitz. Super effective damage, stab damage on the Glaceon. Glaceon is eliminated from this matchup. There is some recoil damage there for Kilowattrel, quite a bit in fact. And it is now a 2 versus 2 battle as the Heavy Slam finishes off Umbreon, and the Fortree Tempest have taken the lead. This is what they have been able to do to the Delta types all season, and it is Vaporeon as the last Pokemon for the Holland Heroes to get the agility from the Fire type Kilowattrel. It is going to boost its speed, but it's already the quickest Pokemon on the field, so it did not need to do that. Braviary is going to follow it up with the Haze, so it is going to eliminate those stat changes, including that speed boost that Kilowattrel just got. And now we get the Power Whip onto Kilowattrel, not very effective there from Vaporeon, who is all by itself. It is the last time we'll see it this season. And the Shadow Punch onto Vaporeon there from Kilowattrel. Braviary follows it up with the Grass Knot. This would be super effective onto Vaporeon, and if it was heavier, it would have done a lot more damage. Even with that critical hit, Vaporeon is going to respond with the Mud Slap. This will be super effective on the Kilowattrel. Remember, it is only a Fire type Pokemon, has its accuracy lowered as well, but with that competitive ability, does get a special attack boost, and it is going to respond with the Water Shuriken, but Vaporeon has that Water Absorbability, so it is going to have its health restored. Braviary is going to go with the Temper Flare, though, onto Vaporeon. Not very effective hit. Vaporeon is able to tank that move and respond with the Petal Dance, and this will finish Kilowattrel off. It is now a 1v1 matchup. Braviary going head to head with Vaporeon, and immediately we get the Water Pulse from Braviary, yet again activating that Water Absorbability. It must want Vaporeon at as strong as it can be, who responds with the Petal Dance. Not very effective, but it does get a good hit on a Braviary, who responds with the Cross Poison on the Water type evolution, gets the critical hit. Fantastic connection. Vaporeon continuing the Petal Dance, so chipping away Braviary with these not very effective moves. Vaporeon is now left confused due to the fatigue as Braviary with the Belly Drum. It's not going to work though, because it doesn't have enough health left to do so, and Vaporeon needs to shake off this confusion, otherwise it will do damage to itself. It is playing for the pride of the Delta types, and it goes with the Psy Shield Bash onto Braviary, who's able to hang on by a thread. Vaporeon gets the defense boost, so Braviary needs to respond. It goes with the Strength Sap. It's going to have its health restored. This is a fantastic play by Braviary, cutting into that attack of the Water type evolution, and it will restore a great deal of health, getting itself out of knockout range as well. But Vaporeon, still in a confused state, is yet again able to shake it off, going with the super effective Bolt Strike. Braviary is able to hang on though, and it could respond big here. It needs to respond big as we get our time warning. It goes for the payday, trying to make that money. The Fortree Tempest have already made their money though, and Vaporeon snaps out of its confusion. It's in knockout range, and it responds with the Rock Slide and gets the elimination. Vaporeon brings some pride back to the Holland Heroes, but unfortunately, as I said, it will not be enough. They have been eliminated from the Victory Road series. The Fortree Tempest next week in the semi-trials will be hosting the Luminous Glitches. But until then, Nidorinos and Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field. And if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome. And I'll see you when you see me.